What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. Please do me a favor as you come in. Please give me a 1 to let me know if you can hear me okay. I forgot my mic stand, so I'm holding the mic like this. It's just going to have to be what it is. I feel like I'm a rapper holding the mic like this. It's all good, though. As long as your sound is good, I don't care. Give me a 1 to let me know if the sound's okay. If you guys know anything based on these pictures, right here, in this crazy like blue light type situation that I have behind me, you guys will know that I am no longer in America. After the Trump victory, I felt it was absolutely necessary to leave America. Yes, the lighting is a bit dark because I am in Africa, the dark continent, and everything over here is dark. I am in Kenya. Yes, my boy MJ knows the deal. I was traveling. That's why you guys didn't hear from me a lot. Look, I gave you guys a phone light. That lightened it up a smidge, but it's Ali. My boy is in the building, bro. We coming your way soon. We're coming your way soon, so don't trip. Man, they're gonna I get to appeal or go up for remonetization again in December 4th. I get to apply for remonetization. So we'll see what they do. I'm going to clean up some stuff on my channel, and I'm going to produce some Africa videos to see what they say. But if they don't monetize me then I'm just going to have to probably just start a new channel or something. I don't really know what to do at this point. But yes, it's definitely for YouTube. If you guys want to contribute to the stream, Cash App works. There's a link to the Cash App at the top of the chat. There's a link to the PayPal at the top of the chat. As you guys know, I'm in Africa and I'm always balling on a budget. So whatever you guys contribute will be great. I appreciate it. I'm actually trying to take a couple of trips, but that will all depend on donations because I have a very, very, very strict, tight budget because there's some things I need to get done when I get back to the States. So my budget is like probably the tightest budget I've ever had in my life when I'm in Africa, but it's okay. It's working out. Plus, I don't got all my YouTube cash to fund my wild adventures. But anyway, guys, we're going to have a conversation this morning. I've been chilling. I've been doing something I call allowing the information to breathe. So it's really part of my journey. I've set a goal for myself for this channel to be a bit less reactionary, where we hear something and we immediately jump on it because it's what the news cycle feeds us. I more or less wait a few days or wait a day, and I listen and learn about what's going on, and I let things develop a little more fully. And then I get on here so we can really discuss these things in depth. And there were a couple of things that were on my mind, right, that have happened in the last couple of days. But the biggest question I've been left with after the election, where the conservatives managed to deal a decisive blow to the liberal machine and the woke mind virus that controls it. The question is, where do we go from here? A lot of people really don't know what to do now that we've really, we've had a decisive victory that has weakened, not eradicated, the woke left, the extreme left agenda in the United States. People are kind of like, okay, what do we do now? Wait around until another threat comes, to the fore, and then we have to deal with that. And if there's anything I can do is I can offer some direction. I'm not perfect, but I'm not a perfect person. I don't know everything. I'm definitely not sweating. It's actually really nice here right now. And I'm not perfect, but I can give direction. And I know for me, after this was all said and done, Coco DeVille. I'm good. I'm in Africa. Whenever I'm in Africa, I'm good. Jay Cote, what up, bro? Um, yeah. So I know for me, I needed a break. I needed a little vacation. I needed to get on a plane, get some sleep on the plane, and I just need to go back and reconnect with the motherland because, man, I've been going hard in the paint on the political stuff for about 3 months straight, and it's cost me a lot. It's cost me even the demonetization of my channel because I really feel in my heart of hearts like there was a concerted effort to disable or demonetize channels, excuse me, that were talking, I would say fairly, that were being unbiased when it came to what was going on politically. But I'm sure these crazy deranged people will say these channels were attacking Kamala Harris. The mainstream media and channels that were bashing Trump, they saw a all-time high in viewership and traction. I saw Afro Stink Tank go from about 8,000 subscribers to 20 from talking negatively about Donald Trump. YouTube, it shows me that YouTube, after years of being on YouTube and really not being able to gain traction or get to that number of subscribers, um, it became clear that Google, YouTube, and all the entities encompassed in that relationship or that dynamic, um, that it was clear that they were pushing an agenda, and America stood up. The American people, the vast majority of the American people stood up and said, like I said last time, we're not going to take it. But there's something about a slow chipping away, right? There's something about slowly chipping away at our values that is very effective. You look at the situation in the world and you ask yourself, how did we get to this point? How do we get to the point where we had a president, we had a leader who was anti-war, who was reaching out the olive branch across the aisle and across the globe to different people who traditionally were considered enemies of America, a leader who was taking decisive action to end wars and end conflicts abroad. How do we go from there, from that for 4 years, to within 3 years, having conflict all over the globe, being back under the thumb of warmongers, elitists who benefit and capitalize on war, death, and destruction? How do we get there? And what happened was over the past, 2 decades or three, I would say 3 decades, there's been a slow chipping away. They've been slowly chipping away at the values of America, the moral fabric or the moral fiber of America. They've been slowly working it and chipping at it until it got worn down so low that now there's a large segment of our population, and I'm not just saying in America, on the globe, that almost needs to be gaslit and led astray by the powers that be. It's almost as if they're not getting misinformation to as fuel for knee-jerk hysterical reaction, they don't really know what to do with themselves. They're not happy, right? They're really not happy unless they have something to overreact to, right? Coco DeVille, what's up? You talking? If I wasn't older, I would visit Africa, but I am too old. But you have a good time. I didn't. I would never vote for that fraud. Right. Oh man. Yeah, I hope you do visit Africa. You're never too old. Uh, Listen, when you see the people traveling on the plane to come to Africa, I'm talking about older than dust. White dudes in their 80s, old ass like Arabs, old ass Asians. I sat on the plane next to an old ass Asian dude and his wife. Well, I sat on the plane with them for about 10 minutes until I moved my seat. These people were well into their 60s. and they were born and raised in the United States, and they had never. The guy said they just got this like bug, like to travel, this itch to travel, and they have been to. They have been to Europe. They have been to. I think he said they have been to uh, um, Japan, and then they were going to India. And when I was telling him I was headed to Kenya, he was like, "Man, we got that on our bucket list. We're going to Africa." And I told him like Kenya is right across the ocean from India, and he was so excited. So it's never too old. It's never too late. You're never too old. But back to the topic, where do we go from here? What do we need to do? And ultimately, the answer to that question lies in what is your goal? What are you trying to do with your life? And you don't have to have your entire life figured out. All you really have to do is set a few short-term goals. And if you hit those goals, or if those goals are good enough to make you work every day, short-term goals will turn into long-term goals. What is my long-term goal? My long-term goal is to be living in Africa permanently, right? Even if you see me get into American politics, even if you see me going hard during a presidential election, understand that my goal right now, short term, is to secure a either work from home, right, job, or a digital nomad job that allows me to work for an American company from the continent of Africa. And it doesn't have to necessarily be an American company. It just has to be a company that pays me substantially, pays me enough money for me to support the things I have going on here and to support, my family that I have, currently. My daughter is getting older. She's 15. She'll be 16 in January. So as you move forward, things change, right? I want my baby to graduate from high school. And, so by the time she's done with high school, I want to have secured that position. So I'm going to school. I'm going to school for tech. And tech seems to be the most expedient way to secure jobs that allow you to live wherever you want to in the world, right? That seems to be the vehicle for freedom, a measure of freedom. So you don't have to be tied down to a desk anywhere, and you can be all over the globe and still making a living and taking care of business. My homegirl Ann, she's in the finance sector, but she's on the software development side, and she's making bank. Okay, that's the homie. We do jujitsu together. She's making bank, and when I tell you this girl loves working from the Maldives. She lives in LA. Her home's in LA. She's in the Maldives more than she's in LA. And that's the situation that I'm working on. What is school for tech? Me personally, data analytics and Scrum. I'm in school to be a Scrum master, basically a project manager. So I started with Scrum master. And then I'm going to move into the data analytics. I've decided I also want to learn that. Nev, my sis, I'm in Africa. All is well if I'm in Africa. If I'm on the continent, everything is going good, right? I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm losing weight, as you guys can see. You know what I'm saying? Something about the food over here. It just doesn't add pounds to that ass like the food in America. Also, you get way more walking in. You get your steps in over here every day. Yeah, I'm in Kenya, man. You know my vibe. Kenya, the next trip to Africa is gonna have to be to my motherland, which is Guinea-Bissau. I got a touchdown. I'm in a group. They about to touch down in Guinea. We about to hang with the Fulanis because that's where we from, and we're gonna go. Yeah, Riza. Where do we go from here? The first place we go is to the party. And believe me, when I tell you I partied and celebrated, believe that, okay? I definitely celebrated, y'all. I took a breath. I let my hair down. I was relaxing, okay? I did a little party and I did a little dance and I was strutting my stuff. because I was so happy about what's going on. But what we got to understand is this woke mind virus stuff, this liberal degeneracy, it's not done. It's not done at all. And now that we've, the conservatives, we've had our day, and we've dealt a decisive blow to the radical left. It's raining outside. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that rain? The rain just started coming down. But now that we've dealt a decisive blow to the woke mind virus and the extreme leftists, we have to realize that these people are not going to go away. If anything, I would say that these people have become even more enraged and hysterical than they were before. The only difference is they don't have a person in the White House that is perpetuating their bullcrap. That's the biggest difference right now. Before, you had a bunch of people who were, they were really led along by the fact, emboldened by the fact that there were people in the White House who were ultimately perpetuating their narrative. Come in, bro. Come in. Come in. Hey, my bro is here, man. My bro JP from the LB is in the building. Hey, hold on, guys. We got a couple of chargers. You can either take one, or you could just like plug your shit up for a second. Because is your phone dead? I had hit you up. Okay. What's going on with it? Oh, you don't got nowhere to plug it. Yeah. What you can do actually is you can plug it right here. See right here? Hold on. Hey guys, hold on. You know what? You got one over there? Yeah, that was somewhere. Oh, there's one plugged in right there. Okay. Yeah, that black one. You can just unplug that black. You can unplug that cord. No, not that one. Not that one. Down on the floor. Yeah, you can unplug the back of that. Okay. And plug your white cord up to it. Okay. That's strong. And yeah, that's what I was doing. Right. Yeah. It should give you juice quickly. And if that works, then you could take that one until we just get another one. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hey, it started coming down all of a sudden, huh? Anyway, guys. So my boy JP from the LB is here. We over here making movies. I just want to let y'all know. But yeah, so me, man, the Kamala has no ideology. No, she doesn't. And a lot of these people don't really even know what to think or how to feel about certain things. They just know that there's two groups when it comes to the woke mind virus people. One is a group of people who have, well, there's three. First, you have the mentally disabled, right? People whose elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. Is it working? Use the black cord. First, you have the people whose elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. Those are just people who have mental illness. They watch TV. They can't differentiate, reality from just someone trying to gaslight them. And they not only, internalize what they hear, but then they go out and they they confront people with what they hear. These are like people try to kill the president and stuff. Something's going on upstairs, it's unaddressed, or maybe it is. And they hear somebody on TV say, hey, Trump is Hitler. And once they hear that, they say, man, Hitler's so bad. I need to go do something about it. And next thing you know, they're out there trying to kill the president. And then all the people who indoctrinated them play like they don't know what's going on. Oh, we're never going to condone political violence and da-da-da-da-da. And they basically make that person a pariah, and everything that person has done is on them. And we never address the circumstances that led to them doing what they were doing. Next, you have the people who really couldn't give a shit about it either way, but they found something that they can weaponize or use as a weapon against people they don't like, right? I'll give you an example. I told you guys about my neighbor, the lesbian who lives upstairs from me, right? Pretty much the 4B movement, I heard about that. Don't exactly know what it is, but I'll give you my opinion before this show is over. Anyway, then you have the people who don't really give a damn about anything. They just know that they could use this as a weapon to use to bludgeon or attack their enemies. This is the mainstream media. 99% of the mainstream media, people within the mainstream media, they're not woke. They're not suffering from the woke mind virus. They don't believe in transgender ideology. Their kids go to private schools. They live in gated communities, so they don't have to be anywhere near you. This is people like Don Lemon, Abby Phillips, Donna Bash. The list goes on and on, right? Joy Reid, these types. They don't really believe in this at all. But they know that they can use this as a weapon to bash their political opponents. But even bigger than that, they can use it as a cash cow. They can capitalize on it and make millions and millions of dollars by pretending to care about a bunch of single cell organism minded weirdos who believe that a man should be able to change himself into a woman playing women's sports. They don't believe in it. Do you think these people go put their kids on sport teams where they have to, their daughters on sport teams where they have to play against men? Hell no. Do you think they go and let their daughters go into bathrooms with transgender men with fully intact penises? No. They have the ability and the money to remove themselves from these situations totally, to where they can interact with it when they want to. I'll give you a prime example. When you do you remember when Joe Biden invited all those transgenders to the White House? Remember when he put the gay flag fluid at the White House? You remember that? And they had like the gay pride festival at the White House. Do you remember what happened when those transgender dudes pulled their breast out? They have like female breasts. They pulled their breast out on the White House lawn. Do you know what happened to those people? Do you know what happened to those people? Did President Biden come out and shake their hands and we love you and your president sees you and yada, yada, yada? No, that's not what happened. They got kicked out of the party and they were permanently banned from the White House. Now, if they had did that in front of your house and you had freaking kicked them out or came and get the hell off my lawn, you would have been considered a bigot. You would have considered to be a homophobe. You would have been considered to be a fascist and an intolerant, right? That's what they would have said about you. And Joe Biden and his cabinet, they would have joined these transgenders in shaming you, right? And they would have, they would have echoed their sentiments and supported their narrative. But when they did that at the White House, it was a huge problem. And I remember making a short about it, and I'm just like, dude, what? Also, it's a problem when they do it at the White House. And I remember I actually went as far as to call a restaurant called Ruth Chris in Long Beach during Gay Pride Week month. And I asked them if someone came in with gay pride clothes, which in my mind is like see-through stuff with the booty hole missing in the pants. If they had come through with transparent clothing and tight leather, would they be allowed to sit down at Ruth Chris to eat a steak? And they said, hell no. And I said, wait a minute. You're telling me that Ruth Chris in one of the gayest cities in America still honors their dress code, and you can't come in there during Gay Pride Month with your revealing clothing and your provocative behavior up in their establishment? And I was really trying to explain to people, this stuff is only okay as long as it stays in its, area of society, right? As long as the woke mind virus and the LGBTQ, transgender ideology stuff, as long as that stuff stays down in the hood, you know, the lower middle class area of society, they're fine with it. But the minute it comes up, you know, it bubbles up, you know, like a burp, or the minute it slips through the cracks like a fart, they do their best to freaking put it down. Hell no. That's okay down there. It's not okay up here. The same situation exists in Brazil. My good friend Black Ambassadors went to Brazil. He was in some area. He said, dude, those dudes walking around straight transgenders. Everything done. Boobs, booty, everything. And he said, man, what the hell is this? And they said, man, this is the revolution. I bet you every last one of those people lives in the favela. I bet you not a single one of those people lives near the State House. Hold on, guys. Yeah, but so when they moved, you know, when it slips through the cracks, they do everything they can to put it down. But they continuously to tell you that if you don't want that on your level, they don't want it on their level of society, right? But when it goes to their level of society, they tell you they don't want it on their level of society. But when you try to eradicate it from your level of society, right? Now you are intolerant. You have to put it, you have to deal with it. And like I was telling you about Black Ambassadors, they're talking about this is the revolution. And all those people probably live in the favela and in that support area in Brazil, and they'll never be rich or live in any affluent area, right? The most they'll accept is your kid, like a Dwayne Wade type situation. They're not letting that infiltrate their level of society because they know that once that element enters in, it has a deteriorating effect on society. Once that element comes into your community, your community will be forever changed, and you'll slowly but surely begin to lose rights within your own community. Because not only will those people look at you as an enemy because they feel like you're standing in the way of them doing whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, however they want to do it, right? Which is not sustainable in any community. But then you have the government that turns around and weaponizes that against you within your own community. And if you look at the Black community, case in point, dude, you got Black, like, look at our sons, look at our daughters, look at our boys, look at our women. Go in the Black community. Lesbians everywhere. You got a bunch of transgenders trying to run around over there. And then you got the men, the boys, who probably more than a higher number than you would be comfortable with engaged in some form of homosexuality. How do you raise up leadership from this type of situation? How do you raise up strong male and female leadership in an environment where people are encouraged not to be strong, where people are encouraged to succumb or to give in to the weakest element of their being, right? They're encouraged to be hyper emotional. They're encouraged to overreact, with limited information, based on limited information. And this is what you're seeing in our society and in our country. And they're trying to instill this around the world. See, if they make it okay to be weak, if they make it okay to be hysterical, if they make it okay to be irresponsible, right? If they make you feel that everything you do is justified as long as, is motivated by how you feel about a certain thing, they'll always control you. Because if you ever dare stand up against them, right? If you dare to stand up against them, they'll turn that army against you. Even the people who are a part of that army. I'll drop it for you, Neff, right now. Even the people who are part of that whole thing, they'll turn it on them. I mean, if you really sit back and listen to what's going on now, especially with the Democrats, you have some people who are Democrat or liberal, and these people are starting to wake up and smell the coffee about why Kamala Harris lost in such a dramatic fashion. These people are starting to examine the recent events, and they're basically saying like, hey, maybe we lost, maybe we didn't get, things didn't go our way, because the American people as a whole don't like, they're not on board with what we're talking about or what the narrative that we're pushing. And I look at those people and I say, hey man, these people are kind of, they're waking up and they're smelling the Folgers. They're smelling the coffee, right? But even those people are now being attacked by the left side, the people who are suffering from the woke mind virus. So now they are understanding what's really going on. And now they feel a little bit of what, Trump supporters feel or conservatives feel, and they're experiencing what we experienced. And now I think a lot of them are having an epiphany saying, oh crap, now I get it. Now I see what those people were talking about. That's not really happening in the Black community. For the most part, we're doubling down on ignorance. But some people within the Black community as well have realized like, yo, this was all just one big psyop. And the goal of the psyop had nothing to do with furthering or advancing the rights of people who are part of the LGBTQ A plus community or women or anything like that. It had everything to do with the everyday average Americans surrendering their rights to the deep state. Let's play this clip.
Exactly. And the Republicans
I think the message of the Democrats sounded elitist. You don't have value in the society.
They
you don't
sounded
have
that way, but when you look at the proof,
yeah, but Joy, it's condescending. It's condescending. There is condescending. The way that the left speaks to its voters, it really is
a message of joy and inclusiveness.
No, the message of not being educated, being dumb, and what's wrong with America.
Who said that?
Sonny just did.
What is wrong with America?
My point here is that
that's not what Kamala Harris said.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
My point is, I don't blame Joe Biden. I don't blame Kamala Harris. Go back as far as you want. I blame a messaging within the Democratic Party.
You don't blame the Republican Party?
Can I just finish my point, please?
All right. So everything she just said is facts, right? I showed you guys the clip on CNN, which is a video I just put up, where there was a Democrat strategist that went on there and gave a brutal take. And if you haven't seen it, I'll make sure to link it at the end of this video. But it's all comes down to messaging, right? What did I?
So what you just saw in that clip was the View host, one of the View hosts, Sunny Holston, right? And the other lady, Sarah Haynes, right? And I'll pull it back a little bit. Pause. So you can see who's who. So you guys all know Sunny Holston. This is Sarah Haynes.
The message of the Democrats sounded elitist. You don't have value in the society.
They
you don't
sounded that way, but when you look at the
So the lady in the green is Sarah Haynes.
But Joy, it's condescending. It's condescending. There is
condescending.
The way that the left speaks to its voters, it really is
a message of joy and inclusiveness.
No, the message of not being educated, being dumb, and what's wrong with America.
Who said that?
Sonny just did.
What is wrong with America?
My point here is that
that's not what Kamala.
Actually, Sarah Haynes is the one in the blue. I'm so sorry. So if you listen to what's going on, Sarah Haynes, she's kind of, she's supposedly a conservative. There's a few people who pretend to be conservative on this channel. Actually, I think the lady in the green is the one who claims to be conservative. I don't watch The View, so I don't know all the names. So if you guys could tell me all the names, that would help. But basically, the lady in the blue is Sarah Haynes. And she represents in this segment a certain demographic of the left, where they're starting to realize that the messaging of the left was messaging that alienated an overwhelming majority of Americans. And that's what you witnessed in the Trump Kamala Harris presidential race, right? You saw a woman in Kamala Harris who was basically beholden to a narrative that basically said, hey, look, if you didn't go to Princeton, if you didn't go to Yale, if you didn't go to one of these colleges, you're dumb. What you say doesn't matter. If you're an everyday working person, how you feel doesn't matter. We should have the right to ship your job overseas. We should have the right to basically destroy your life, make it impossible for you to feed your family, and you should shut up and just accept it. And if you don't like it, go get a college degree, go get a job in tech, or go get a job in software development so that you don't have to worry about your car manufacturing job being shipped over to Mexico or China. This is what the left was saying. And when you dare to speak up against them and push back against that narrative, what did they then do? They then sick the LGBTQ attack dogs on you, the feminist attack dogs on you, the beta male emasculated attack dogs on you. And America got to the point, the people of America got to the point where we said, you know what, it's cool to like be cool with these people. There's nothing wrong with acting like, with like being accepting of these people. But there's everything wrong with these people being used to drown out our very important concerns, feelings, and messaging surrounding how we are being negatively impacted by this narrative or agenda that our government, under the leadership of Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and at that time, potentially Kamala Harris, has adopted. You literally were called a bigot if you said, please don't let a man go in the bathroom with my kid, with my daughter. You're literally called a bigot if you say, please don't let biological males play on my daughter's track team. They're beating the girls by 150 yards in a 100-yard sprint, or whatever it's called. These dudes were freaking destroying these women, these girls. And if you say anything about it, you were the person who was viewed as intolerant and a bigot, and you were the enemy. I told you guys about my experience, my daughter's experience. And Neff, I'm coming to you right now. I told you guys about my daughter's experience with the Bumblebees, her little soccer team. My daughter used to be a beast at soccer, but she quit. She quit soccer. Why? Because they were letting little boys with wigs on play in the damn girls soccer league. It was through AYSO. I'm sure you guys have all heard of that. It's an internet. It's like a national like soccer thing. And they basically, a couple of the teams in our league had boys on the team, and they had their hair grown out or they were wearing wigs, right? And they were destroying our daughters. I still got video of it. They were destroying our daughters. Like my daughter's team was ranked number 1 for the first 3 games. And when we hit for the 4th and 5th game, when we played the teams with like 2 little quote unquote transgender boys on each team, it was over. It looked like our girls were standing in mud. Not only were these boys, but they looked like they had a lot of experience in soccer as well. And you know what? And me and some of the dads went to the guy who was running, because it's always like a family that's overrunning that chapter. And we went to them and they told us if we didn't like it, we could feel free to leave and there would be no refunds given for like the $450 we paid for our kids to play. Yeah, that's happening, whether you want to believe it or not. And it don't matter what your gay cousins say. It don't matter. Y'all, that's how these LGBTQ people get. They get defiant with you. They tell you, they whine in your ear all day about their rights. But when you say anything about your rights, they basically say, fuck your rights. It's about us right now. Am I wrong? That's exactly what they say.
Yes, yes.
That's what they say. They don't give a shit about your rights. They care about their rights. And the thing is, you get people who are really more on your side of the fence in argument right there with them shaming you because they aren't personally experiencing it. But the only thing that had to happen for the woke mind virus and the extreme leftist ideology to be turned on by America was there just wasn't enough people feeling it yet. And when Kamala Harris got on that stage, and when Donald Trump played those videos about American taxpayers paying for transgender prisoners to have sex changes in jail, that's when it started to hit home for a lot of people. A lot of people otherwise were like, man, I don't even give a fuck. You know how we do. The only people it didn't hit home for was African Americans. Not in any major way. But for the Latinos, it hit home. For the whites, it hit home. For the Asians, it hit home. And for 25% of black voters, it hit home. And we said hell to the no. See, a lot of people in these other states, they don't experience what you experience in New York, what you experience in California, what you experience in Seattle, right? They don't feel the strength that's being amassed or gained by these radical gender bending movements. They don't know how strong they really are. If you're in Pennsylvania, for the most part, unless you're in Philly, you don't have teachers saying, hey, we're going to let a drag queen come talk to your kid. So people had to see this stuff play out on the national stage for them to say, hell no, this is not what we want. And America overwhelmingly rejected it. Go ahead, Neff. Thank you for waiting. You're very low.
I'm very low.
Now we can hear you.
All right, perfect. So here are some things that I basically wanted to talk about. I feel like now here's the problem right here. You heard about the 4B movement where women are talking about how they want to isolate from men and isolate from their families, are married to this community, all because they voted for Donald Trump. And I'm looking at all of this and I'm like, black women, you're gonna destroy your families and divide yourself from black men over this stupidity over identity politics. That's what this 4B movement is all about. It's all about fucking identity politics because you didn't vote for a woman. So that's why we're going to be divided instead of just thinking realistically, thinking logically, using common sense and understand that the reason why Kamala Harris didn't won the election is because she has trashy fucking policies. That's just the fucking truth. That's why a lot of people didn't vote for her. Instead of you trying to understand that, no, you want to come around and cause division and play this whole racism shit, talking about how uh they don't want to listen to black women, and now you have black women talking about white women and all them other races of women are not our allies. And you know what I learned from this? The difference between white women and women of other races is that they stick together with their man and their community. Black women, and I'm not saying all black women, I'm saying some. Matter of fact, the ones who majority voted for Democrat, I'm talking to your ass. I don't care. I'm speaking to all of you. Yeah, y'all don't value our families. That's the biggest problem. Y'all gonna divide your family over because they didn't vote for a woman who clearly has trashy fucking policies. Like, are you dead ass for real? And you talking about how y'all don't want to work with other groups anymore, and y'all done with the allyship. That's perfectly fine. They don't care. They don't care. They're voting for their best interest. You're the one that's out here not doing well in your communities, and why everybody's voting for their best interest.
Right. And I could see of what a lot of these women were doing was in the best interest of the community, but it's really motivated by selfishness. We all know
Right.
that.
It
And
was
I
all
like the
about
fact.
abortion. All about
Go ahead.
abortion, talking about, it was all about abortion. And they talk about, 4B movement. We should not date men. We should not have sex with men. We should not bear children. And I'm looking at this and I'm
Well,
like, nature. I'm like,
well,
nature is taking the trash itself. It's taking
I'm
the
not
trash
worried
itself.
about. I'm not worried about them not having sex. These sluts are gonna bust it open no matter what.
Right.
So come on now, come on, man.
Right.
Shit. Black woman will lay up with a dude who just broke her damn jaw 3 days later, giving the nigga smash. So I don't think we there yet, right? But the thing is, you
It
know,
said it's
it
gonna
would
be
make
celibate. I want to see
right,
that happen.
right.
I mean,
Vibrator cells will be at all time high.
and I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't want these degenerates procreating anyways. You don't want these degenerates procreating anyways because they're not doing anything for our community any damn ways. So if you
Well,
don't want to be around men, good.
well, the thing is, it's all selfish motivation. It's all thinking about me. And they pretend like this is for some community. Oh, there's women who need abortions and all this stuff. They don't give a damn about those other women. They don't. You know, when women get abortions, it definitely takes a psychological toll on them. There are some women who never fully recover, you know, mentally from getting an abortion. And those same women are like, yeah, every woman should have the right to get an abortion. Why would you want that woman to feel like you feel? And ultimately, we all know that the abortion rights were not stripped away from women. There's only like a couple of states where they had like a total ban. And even in those states, there were certain caveats or allowances. But for the most part, you can go to a state, right? Most of the places where abortion is banned, you have another state within like a 2-hour drive that you can go into and get an abortion. Like literally. So I don't
even
agree
New
with
York.
that.
I think New York still have abortions. They even have abortion clinics throughout New York. So
New York has abortion clinics 100%. New York,
they
California.
do. Yeah.
It was only like 6 states. There was only like 6 states where
Yeah.
they did any type of like
Yeah, you're
stringent
correct.
ban.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing here is the 4B movement and all this stuff. It's all about destruction.
Right.
Because they won't withhold the ass in the relationships to stop the men from killing each other. But when you stop them from killing their unborn children, now all of a sudden, oh my God, we got to mobilize and we got to use the power of the P against these dudes so they'll let us do what we want to do. And it's just satanic. Yeah. And I don't really like using that word, but I've been using it a lot lately because that's the only word I can think of that describes this situation. It's just demonic and satanic for people
Well,
who
men would
won't
just become passport bros.
You said what?
What?
The men would just become passport bros. I mean, now people can get a flight ticket out the country, go to Mexico and get some pee. So wow, you don't want to have sex? Trust me, they'll be busting it open within a week. That to me, that whole thing is a joke.
Right. Exactly. And not
Michelle
only that,
speaking facts.
Yeah, not only that, these American men, they're planning on marrying foreign women. They can just bring foreign women and replace you and build new communities and have different cultures, and you're replaced. These modern women are gone. Right? So it's like 4B movement. You're doing like that's what I'm saying. Nature is taking this trash itself. You're not doing anything that's gonna impact men no damn way because there's plenty of women around the world that they could have children with. They could go ahead and procreate all day long if they want to. They go ahead. There's many women who will be willing to procreate with American men. Simple. That's why I'm saying the 4B
Matter of
movement is
fact,
so
they didn't have to
stupid.
go. They can go to the towers in New York City. All these
Yeah.
migrant women that just came in who need a partner or
Right.
need a place to stay.
And then go
Boom.
procreate with them and have kids with them. They can do that by the thousands, and that'll be perfectly okay. I have no issue with it. That's just the reality.
A lot of these women need to think are not thinking straight.
Man, listen, let me tell you. Wait, let me give you. Okay, so my friend just hit me right now, right? So basically, I got. It's like a friend of my family. Her and her family, they got kicked out of their house or whatever. The landlord sold the house they lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And she moved in with a guy who she was dating. She moved in with her and her son with a guy she was dating. I'm dealing with this right now on my phone. She moved in with a guy she was dating with her son. And she hits me up like, hey, can you please get me an Uber to go to some hotel or motel or whatever? And I'm like, what? I'm in Africa. I'm not dealing with this shit. So I hit up her boyfriend and I'm like, yo, what's going on? The guy she's living with. The dude's like, this chick took my car and went to go see some other dude. And when I found out about it, she just was like, oh, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm leaving. And I'm like, what? So I hit her up like, bro, you disrespecting this dude, you know, and he's not even like kicking her out. She's like, she doesn't want to talk about it. So she's ready to go live in a motel with her son to go, I guess, chase random dick, which is fine. But what I'm telling you guys is when you listen to that story, it doesn't make any sense, right? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to be homeless in a motel with my kid because I want to go take my boyfriend's car to go see some other guy, right? And I told her I said, man, stop risking this is what I just told her. Stop risking your stable situation for niggas that ain't offering you nothing. That's all I'm gonna say. You need to apologize to this guy. She said, I don't need to do shit. Bye.
All right.
But that is where we are. That is where we are in our society with black women. How the fuck you taking this dude is giving you a stable place after you got kicked out, right? And then now she's hitting me up after she says bye, and I didn't do nothing in the first place. I've been in the house, you know, babysitting, watching my son and his. Listen, I don't give a fuck if you telling me you didn't do nothing. You don't take no nigga car to see no other nigga. You don't do that. You don't do that, period. Especially when you stand with this person. But our women, they are operating on pure self-destruction. That is called self-destruction. When you about to be homeless outside for Christmas with your kid because you want to go chase random dick. That's not normal.
Not
girl,
random, but useless dick.
Useless dick. Go get your Rose toy, girl. You're not thinking. And these women, black women, they want to be in control, but they don't want to think. A lot of them. They don't want to think rationally.
But I also have one question. Isn't she in a relationship with that dude that she took the car from?
Yes.
So then why the hell she chase another man when she's in, like, if you really want to have all your time with the man, you have your time with the man that you're living with.
The dude got money, works for a weapons manufacturer, bought her, you know, she's dumb. So she asked him to buy like fucking, you know, ridiculous shit, Rolex chains and that, but that shit is expensive. You know, giving her all these gifts and all this stuff. And you did him like that? And I'm not saying, look, you got to do whatever you want to do, but dude, you're going to be homeless. They don't give a fuck.
And you have a good man that's taking good care of you. Like,
with the child, homeless with the child.
Bro, nigga, listen, bro. I can show you this shit on my phone right now, blowing me away. Like, I'm not even joking.
Can you have you thought about taking her in?
Fuck, nigga. Are you crazy? I can't even show y'all this shit like good. Damn, because I'm using the camera now. Bro, it's bad. Like, the fuck, like, and then getting mad.
You know what's so funny?
Wait, let me read you this. I didn't kick her out, but she took my car to go see some nigga today. But instead of talking it out, she was like, oh, well, I'm leaving. He said, I don't have time for this bullshit. If she wants to go, she can go. I said, bruh. I just put bruh. Bro, still being cool. If that was me, bro, you would have been outside with your kid. I wouldn't have gave a fuck.
Well, you can high value man. You can high value man. You have some new tips tomorrow.
First of all, you wouldn't have been in my house, period. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to send it to Hakeem to confirm that this shit I'm telling you is true. I got Hakeem number. Let me send this shit to Hakeem so Hakeem can confirm that this shit is true. I'm not making it. People think, man, when I talk about stuff, that's why sometimes I'll be like, Brandon, talk about this, and I don't. I'm like, I haven't really experienced it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really experienced it.
No,
but
you're not.
I don't cap for nobody. You breaking up, Neff?
Oh yeah, I said I experienced the same shit too. One girl that I met through middle school. We used to be in middle school, and then like now I'm in college right now. And
was her name Alexis Fowler? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Yeah, so I was with this girl in middle school. This kid, you want to know what really pisses me the fuck off? This heifer got 3 kids by 3 different fucking men, and I was in a relationship with the next nigga. Remember I told you in the last live stream when we were talking about Trump and Kamala? Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
that same chick talking about I'm learning. This chick, same one. And the
Man.
other one, 5 kids by 3 different dudes. I'm telling you, it's a mess.
But this is what I'm telling y'all. These are the women talking about y'all should vote for Kamala so we could keep our rights. They want you to vote for Kamala so they could keep doing shit like this. Like the shit she doing. You know what I'm saying? She's one of them ones. Oh, Kamala, she bitch didn't vote, but I'm just saying she was talking that shit. And this is what I'm telling y'all. First of all, if it was me, she wouldn't even be in my house. You got a kid?
Hell no.
We would have been going to the motel, all right, just for me to smash and get on. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But
I wouldn't smash her ass out. I'd be like, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck on.
I mean, you know, you can't sometimes, like if you're a single dude, you got to get out everything, whatever you can. But what I'm saying is Hakeem just seen it. He confirmed it. Bro said, yeah, she can't be saved. No respect at all. And this is what I'm saying. That's why when you hear these women, I want a man who got money. I want a man who got this. They don't give a fuck about that. You can have all that. But if they
don't know how to sustain that situation. They don't know how to sustain the situation.
Listen, people say this, oh, it's the sex, right? You could fuck her better than Pookie. She don't care about that. Women, these type of women want a man who they feel they are better than and that they can control. Whether they use emotion, the emotional tactics, crying and shit. A lot of these women would rather be with a man who she has knockdown, drag out fights with on a daily basis than be with a man who she feels doesn't need her for anything. And that's what this proves to me. That's what this proves to me. Because whenever a woman tells me about a man and they having problems, first thing I say, is the sex bad? No, this and that. Because y'all don't want to believe this, but a lot of what women do is dictated by how good the sex is. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, women want you to be like, oh, we so deep and all that. They're lying. Trust me. If you could be a final,
I have a question. What was her relationship with her dad?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Sorry.
If you could be a fly in the wall and be in a room with this chick when she have sex with every dude she have sex with, I promise you, the room you in where she in there moaning and squirting and shaking, that's the nigga she's on. And that's the one who she risking it all for. And then she'll go out and tell you, nah, that ain't got nothing to do with it. But she just don't want to seem like a slut who's ruled by her lust. But the reality is most women are ruled by lust. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I honestly think that's the way they're wired. You know, because if a dude hits it good, women submit to that guy. And in their mind, the way that submission works, it's a whole chemical situation. And even if that dude is bad for them, they will find a way they will find a way to rationalize being under that man's like lead, you know, whether he even wants to lead them or not. They'll chase that nigga around.
So why do you explain white women stay with their men and the sex is horrible, but she, you know,
no.
she's gaining a lot.
White women are the same way. The difference between white women is white women have a little bit more tact because white women are educated by their mothers on how to manage those situations, right? White women have a collective of women around them who most of the times are in different age ranges so that they can tell them like, look, it's cool with that. I was watching a movie on the plane, the Amy Winehouse movie. And her grandma or her mom made this comment about this dude who she was fucking with, like when she was with her dad. And she was like, yeah, he was blessed in all ways, especially the trousers. Like the dude was smashing, hitting it good. And then she started laughing. That's what they're dealing with. Like, look, you can go get that, but you got to handle it a certain way. You got to make sure this dude's meals are cooked. You got to make sure this dude's clothes are washed. The kids are taken care of. This is mandatory first. This is the priority. Black women are just like because 9 times out of 10 back in those days, the men were the breadwinners. Black women are like, well, the government is my breadwinner, so I can go out and make decisions based on lust, right? Like even with this situation, she really don't need to be with that dude. She can go right to the county office, get a motel voucher for 30 days or whatever, and within 30 days she'll have a place to live in a high-rise apartment for free. You know what I'm saying? So she really doesn't need this guy, and she should go on and do that, right? If she wants to be passing the pussy around. But I'm just pointing out the situation to highlight. We're dealing with a situation where these women have been put in a position by the government to where they don't really ever feel the consequences of their actions until later on, because it's kind of hard not to be a hoe when being a hoe doesn't have no negative impact on you. You know what I'm saying? There's still food in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Car still got gas in it. You know what I'm saying? Kids still going to school, eating good with the food stamp card and stuff like that. We've removed the consequences from society and people are running amok. What do you ladies think?
And I 100% agree with you. Nowadays, you got hoes being rewarded. You got, and I was saying this in Discord. I was saying you got a lot of these simp ass dudes who are out here marrying these hoes, these ran through hoes, and talking about, oh, they change and their life is all changed. And I'm like, this girl has a history of being ran through. That's what I'm saying. We keep on giving harlot ass females second chances, and I feel like we need to stop doing that. Stop marrying these types. Marry the women who got low body count. Or none body count at all. Like, go with these types. Why go with the ones with the high ones? I'm telling you, being a hoe nowadays is being rewarded.
Man, and my thing is this: I don't really care about the body count.
Baby showers are the new weddings.
Right. That's the biggest problem.
Man, with the women, I just look at her like, get with a girl who has discipline. You know what I'm saying? Self-discipline. Because what this
I feel
is,
like if you have a high body count, you need to give that a side eye, because that is a lack of discipline. That's a lack of discipline.
A woman with any type of class wouldn't even tell you her body count like that. Like, there's women who have had sex with many men in college and stuff who understand what's going on. But these women are just ruled by lust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get with the girl who could say, you know what, not tonight. I'm tired. I'll see you tomorrow. But not with the girl who says that and just invites Pookie over, because there's a difference, right?
Yeah,
she's tired for you because she want to bring the dude, who been beating her shit up over, and she don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole situation. You just gotta be. This guy is totally simping. That's the problem.
Like, it's simping, bro. Literally,
like
simping.
that's some simping, right? But listen, these are the guys you see at the Kamala Harris rallies. When y'all like, why would any man support that? These are the type of men who think that they're gonna gain some type of, special acceptance from women if they sent for them and they put themselves out for them. Listen, if it was me, I would have told her straight up, all right, go. Because I promise you, she would have been calling bro right back. Soon as them roaches start crawling, bitch would have been like, yeah, you go, you know what I'm saying? But, some men are ruled by their lust too. Hey, I want to have some pussy right here when I roll over at night. Bro, it's like, but you can get that anywhere. I'm not going to lie to you. You can get that anywhere. That ain't no fucking. Hakeem, check your WhatsApp again. But anyway, you can, but go ahead.
Low Valley Man also said, body count doesn't matter. It's the behavior. True to a certain extent, but at the same time, I think body count should matter. I think it should matter, because
I'm gonna take your.
Brandon, we need to get back to these. We need to have these shows on these type of topics again. I've been saying that for the past few weeks now.
What we talking about it? We've delved into it a little bit, but we got to keep going. But this is what I'm saying. So the question is, where do we go from here, guys? I love the way Neff came at these chicks and was like, "Man, look, I ain't trying to be disrespectful or rude." She came. Now the woke shit is, I would say that it's is dormant right now. It's been hurt. It's been stunned. It's been phased. You remember Kamala Harris's slogan, "We're not going back"? You can't. The way they took over was they made it damn near impossible or almost illegal for you to say how you felt, right? They tried to criminalize certain words and make it like, oh, if you say this, then that must mean you're this kind of person. They basically censored you and robbed you of your freedom of speech out of fear of being canceled. We can never allow cancel culture to gain footing in this society again. Cancel culture lost a whole foot today. Just recently in this election. We can never succumb to cancel culture again, because cancel culture is always the first step. Like Like cancel culture is how they got in. That was the way they infiltrated, these spaces. Because it's so easy to pretend to be virtuous by like hitting the report button on social media, right? Oh, this person said this and that person didn't like it, so let me be a part of the solution by hitting report, right? But it snowballed into something we never expected it to turn into. And it was so bad, you had people losing their damn job just over stupidity. Kids getting kicked out of school, just craziness. And that's what's going on. So we got to that's what we need to do going forward. Keep speaking boldly, keep saying what you think. You exercising the rights that you have been bestowed upon you by God and by the country that you were born in, America. Never let these people gain an advantage over you again through censorship and silencing tactics. Because if you do, just like this girl ran out with this dude car to go see some other dude, that's what these people are going to do. That is a product, a characteristic of this society nowadays. Mm-hmm. These people, look, first bro started off feeling sorry for her, let her stay at his house. And she took his kindness as a weakness and fucked him over. That's what these gay people, these LGBTQ, that's what they're going to do to you. Ain't that how they did the black community, Michelle? We felt sorry for them, let them come, march with us and all that. Yes, and next thing you know, they were calling you a damn bigot. They were taking your word and weaponizing it against you. Now you racist. Yeah. You can't even use the race card no more. The gay niggas didn't use it up. So that's what you need to do. That's what you. Where do we go from here?
They got Billy Porter.
Billy Porter, terrible. Where do we go from here? Never forget the way these so-called celebrities betrayed you. I'll never listen to another Cardi B song. I'll never fucking listen to another Usher song. Fuck him. I'm just telling you straight up. Beyonce, listen, I will never. I know Usher's, all that gay stuff with Usher that they were saying, I didn't want to believe it at first. Now I believe it totally. Because a lot of people are like, they just got paid. No. These people are perpetuators of that type of crazy.
So are you going to stop listening to Lizzo?
Fuck Lizzo.
That bitch fat.
I've been stopped listening to Lizzo, but Lizzo does make really good music. But I'm not listening to that shit.
You heard me. I said that. Who listens to that fat chick? Hell no.
Bro, I was about to watch Terminator 2. Then I remember Arnold Schwarzenegger promoted Kamala. Fuck him. I'm done. Like, I'm telling you, listen, the celebrity elites of this world, they took a shot at you. Regular day-to-day working class black man, black woman, man, woman in America. The elite celebrity class took a shot at you. And just like they hopped on that stage with that lady and was like, yeah, come there. When they putting your ass in a camp, them niggas gonna be right there singing the national anthem while they marching your ass into the concentration camp. Just so they don't become a victim. I listen, if you ever read 1984 or anything like that, see, this is it. The elite, the celebrity elite class, go watch the Hunger Games. All the singers and musicians and shit right there. Right there with the people, who's doing you wrong. Because they're just trying to protect their own skin and make some money while doing it. Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no. I've been stopped watching. I never watched Billy Porter. So when he came out again, I was like, okay, who the hell is that?
Yeah, and I also wanted to say this as well. I feel like a lot of people are fear mongering. They're saying Trump is going to take away your rights. He's going to deport all immigrant. And I'm like, if you're legal and you came here the right way, or if you're in the process of getting your your papers and all that, I don't think you should worry about anything. You don't have to worry about that. And also, this is like a statewide issue. Some states might cooperate with removing people, some might not. So all you just gotta do is be a hardworking person, contribute to American society, and you'll be good. I mean, Trump administration was like the same thing like last time. Last time. All we're gonna have, I think, is like stricter immigration laws and stricter border control. But yeah, I don't think it should really affect you that much if you are a good immigrant, you're doing the right thing, you're doing what you're supposed to do. I would say, if you're out here committing crimes, then yeah, you will be sent back. Period. That's it. But yeah, it's a statewide issue. Some might cooperate, some might not cooperate to remove people out. But if you're illegal and you came in the right way, I don't think that should even bother you. But if you're in the process of getting your papers and you're almost done, then I don't think it should bother you at all either. That's my 2 cents. What do you think?
What do you think, Michelle?
I think you're right. I don't think you should have to be worried about deporting if you're
Yeah.
trying to get yourself right. But I think the reason why we lost as the Democrats lost as Americans, they forgot the basis of life, the first institution. They always talk about the first, prostitution, prostitution like way of life as opposed to the family way of life. And I think that was
Yeah.
a Democratic downfall. Period.
Yeah.
Because I know if you notice about liberal people, they want to talk about prostitution on that level. And I'm like, why are we always talking about it that way? What are my institutions such as the family, sustaining the family, sustaining communities? That's what we really need. And I really feel sad for the sister who has a good man who wants to, trying to do right by her, and you disrespected him for what?
Mm-hmm.
For
You're
what?
correct.
Yeah, it was wrong. It was wrong.
Because something's wrong. What's wrong with her? That because we really, I wish we as Black people can really pull that sister and really give her a good talking and have her apologize to that dude.
She
I
wouldn't give a
personally want to
fuck.
apologize to that dude
These
because I
women
know
that-
what he's
that-
doing.
You right, because you like, damn, he don't got to do what he did, but she don't give a fuck. That's the thing with a lot of women nowadays. And this the same mindset they take it to that abortion clinic. And it's the same
Yeah.
mindset when they lay up in the bed and open their legs and
But
let that
then
nigga
it's the
skeet
white
up in them raw.
institutions that feed. See, the issue is the white institution feeds into this nonsense. Because if we as Black people had our own institution, if the Black church didn't sell us out, we could have scolded that sister. Hey, you had to do right by this man. And matter of fact, within a year, you probably would have had a ring on that finger. Beyonce's married. Kelly Rowland married. Cardi B married. And she cheated on her husband, but she's still married and was pregnant. So therefore, the dude she got pregnant by, or the dude she had sex with while she was pregnant, came on her baby. That's nasty. Nasty.
What they have,
Correct.
man, disgusting, right? Filthy.
Filthy.
What we got to realize is this is how they've destroyed the Black community, and how the people who the so-called leadership, the misleadership in the Black community has perpetuated it. They've created an environment where Black people feel like anything we want to do, we could just do it. Ain't no parameters, ain't no rules. I'm gonna play y'all this clip. This teacher, this lady that had her eye socket, her eye got knocked out of the socket by a student, hit her in the face with a chair. I said, damn, she got what she deserved. You know what I'm saying? Because, they started this shit in the public school system when they stripped parents of their ability to parent their own children. When they start saying, if you hit your kid,
need to be spanked. Some kids need to be spanked.
Some kids need their ass beat straight up. Because some of these kids be out of control. Like this kid who did this to this teacher. I'm okay. We gonna watch the video. You tell me this kid needs his ass beat or his ass needs a spanking.
On Thursday, August 15th, during lunch, I heard our behavioral teacher call on the radio to administrators for assistance. When I arrived, the teacher and students were outside the classroom. One student was holding his head, having been assaulted by the student remaining in the classroom. I entered where the student was still irate and found the room.
So one student then went upside the head of another student in the classroom, right? So let me put this in context. It ain't just the teachers versus the student. This student then assaulted another student in the class. So she goes in there, Mrs. Teachers Union Substitute Teacher of the Year. The school has more control over your kid than you have, and don't be trying to whoop your kid, or we gonna send the police to your house ass person. That's these people, these teachers, right?
Ransacked with overturned furniture. I knew I had to be as calm as possible, and I spoke lowly and slowly so as not to enrage him any further. He picked up a chair and acted as if he would throw it. He finally did throw it at me, but
I spoke lowly and slowly as not to enrage him. These are the people telling you that you don't know what's best for your kid. They know what's best for your kid. These are the people who stripped you of the right to discipline your kid how you see fit, or according to what that kid needs based on their personality and the blood and DNA that's running through them. They said, look, don't do that. If you do this, you wrong. Now look at what she got for her all her knowledge that how she know how to raise your kid better than you do.
I caught it midair. He picked up another chair to throw at me when another assistant principal entered the room. I used the first chair to block the second. He picked up a third and threw it at the other assistant principal. And I used that initial chair to block the one that he threw at her. After blocking the chair thrown at the other assistant principal, he threw a wooden hanger at me, but I couldn't stop it fast enough. The hanger hit me in my right eye and knocked it out of the socket. I grabbed my face while blood was pouring out of my head and stumbled out of the classroom door. The nurse and 911 were called. I asked for my cell phone to call my husband to come get me, not realizing the extent of the damage. When paramedics arrived, they determined I would need to be airlifted to Parkland Medical Center in Dallas. I underwent surgery as soon as possible, and doctors were able to reinsert my eye. However, they determined I had been blinded and currently believe that my damage is permanent. I will have to have an additional surgery to repair my eyelid because doctors are believing, I'm so sorry. I underwent surgery as soon as possible, and doctors were able to reinsert my eye. However, they determined that I've been blinded, and they currently believe that my damage is permanent. I will have to have an additional surgery to repair my eyelid. And because doctors are believing my blindness to be permanent, removing my eye may have to be an option.
I have no remorse for this lady. None. I have no remorse for this woman because she has reaped the fruit of a situation that people like her created all over America, where the kids are out of control and you have totally stripped the parents of their ability to discipline their own children. So now you know what the parents do? The parents just say, oh, well, they throw their hands up. You know, the only time they'll come for you is if the kid is missing school. So the parent got to fight tooth and nail with the kid to get them to go to school. Right? Shit, it ain't got nothing. I wish she wasn't black. Because I know the black women are just the mindless followers of this situation, but now they're the perpetuators of it too. Now they didn't moved up. The head of the teacher union, a black woman. But anyway, this is the situation they've created. This kid's throwing chairs. Listen, can we make a rule the first time you
notice no man in that scenario? Notice no man was mentioned in that scenario?
There probably was, because she said the other assistant principal came in and he threw a chair at that person. So
no, it was a she. He said it was a she.
Oh, right. But can we make a rule?
I believe she said it was a she.
There's this rule.
I believe she said it was a she. I could be wrong.
That's okay. Look. Once they, it's like football. There's a rule. Once the quarterback crosses the line of scrimmage, he's like a regular player. You could destroy his ass. Can we make a rule in school? Once the kid picks up a chair and throws it at teacher, once the kid starts using chairs as weapons, everybody could jump on his ass and beat him within an inch of his life. Let's make that rule. No. So, and then you got Todd Shaw Network. So all teachers are like that. Some freaking weird shit.
You know what you could do to punish these kids?
No, wait. Let me address this. Black men. This is what we talking about with the beta male shit. He's taking what we all know to be a fact. The school system, the teachers in collusion with the welfare system, in collusion with the Department of Social Services, in collusion with the local government, state governments, have all colluded to strip parents of their ability to discipline their children. We know that. It generates them millions and billions of dollars a year. We know that. I'll ask you right now, any parent, get up here and tell me how you're going to make your kid go to school if they decide one day, fuck you, mom, I ain't going to school no more. Michelle, what can a parent do today? 14-year-old kid, mom, dad, fuck y'all, I ain't going to school no more. What can a parent do, Michelle?
Nothing. I had a parent like that, and she left the child in the house because she had to go to work. left the child at the house because she had to go to work. CPS ended up trying to investigate her. She said, look, I've been trying to get my child to go to school. I have to work. I have responsibilities. You know, I can't beat her. I try to do everything, play loud music, did that, bang pants. I have done everything to my wits. And now the CPS is on her tail.
You're right. There's nothing. If I got some teachers in here right now, what can you do if your kid wake up and be like, fuck that, I ain't going to school? All right, Sean, I forgive you, bro. That was my bad, bro. Forgive me. He said, I was just asking questions. We don't all know shit. Just what you said.
Honestly,
Bro,
even though I work in human services, with that particular child, instead of you being pan, you need to beat him with the pan.
Man,
and he'll bet you get out of bed then.
Listen, you cannot do anything. My daughter, I tell her this shit, she listens to me. My nephew, I tell him he listens to me. But if they were like, man, fuck you, nigga, I ain't gonna listen to you, there's really nothing I could do other than beat the ass, which I would. I'll go to jail. I'll do the time. But the whole thing is, the kid's gonna get removed, or I'm gonna get removed from the house. Hey, he gotta move out, right? I remember when somebody lied and said I hit my daughter. Dude, they were talking about, bro, well, you gonna have to move out of the house. I said, fuck you, I got a lawyer. But this is what I'm telling you. They've totally removed the parent's ability to discipline their kid. And the point I was making was, this is how they got Black society. This is how they got us by the balls. Because they know Black people are ruled by this idea of doing whatever we want to do when we want to do it. Maybe because residuals from slavery, or at least we're using that as the excuse. We was in 400 years of bondage, and white man told us when to eat, sleep, and piss and shit. We just want to, we just want to have freedom to marry white women, right? But the whole thing is, this is how they get you. They can turn freedom into a prison. And that's what they've done with the Black community. You free technically, I guess, but shit, your community is like a damn prison.
Well, guess what? That's why Black people are being removed from. You got some Black people in the 1960s were in majority major cities in America. Now we're almost like less than 40% in major cities. The most powerful country in the world. We as Black people could have had the most dominant population in major cities. You know how powerful we were, but because they took away our ability to resources, jobs, families.
I know a girl.
We've been dismantling
aborting babies too.
I know, man. Listen. They got us. They getting us on all fronts.
Mm-hmm.
They getting us on all fronts. And the start was the destruction of the family structure. They got us. They getting us on all fronts. If they not aborting, they out here hooking and tricking. Listen, I know a girl right now, 15 years old. Her mom just got arrested. Ask me why her mom got arrested and put in jail.
I'm gonna guess she hit her.
They got a knockdown, drag out fight.
What?
On the host
Oh
roll.
my God.
On the host roll. On the host roll.
Say her
daughter been hanging out with some girls. These girls and got her involved in prostitution. Right?
What? Oh my God.
Mom has saw some shit in her phone that she didn't like, took the phone, girl ran away from home. Mom basically running the streets looking for somebody, one of the family of a friend. I saw your daughter out there on the host roll selling it. Mom pull up, tell her daughter get in the car. Daughter like, fuck that. Mom try to drag in her car. They out there fighting. Police come, arrest the mom, take her to jail. She's looking at 6 months in jail right now.
What? Oh my
Just
God.
happened. Yo, 15-year-old daughter.
So you telling me the pimp don't even get 6 months?
Listen, yeah, and guess what? There's probably not even no pimp. There's women pimping women nowadays.
Yeah, the pimp now. Yeah,
these women will they call it socializing or socialization. These hoes will go get a girl who they friend and have her out there standing on a host row with them, just have somebody to talk to. These women, listen, it ain't just the men no more. These women will drag another chick into home just so they could be friends with her and she can't say nothing about me because she doing it too. 15-year-old girl.
And this is why I am a strong believer in trying to discipline women, especially like women need to be more disciplined because this is the reason why our kids are running wild because look at these women, they're running wild too. I feel like both men and both women need to be disciplined, more disciplined in society, like back in the day.
Where's the daddy?
Right.
Man,
Bring back
we
discipline.
need to bring back ass whoopings again.
Yeah.
That's the first step. Listen,
Bring that shit
ass
back.
whoopings again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Some people do abuse their kids, but bro, whooping your kid ass ain't no abuse. This girl
No, it's not.
15. This girl 15, and she been doing shit since before this. But you put your hands on your kid, they're trying to, that you put your hands on the kid, they are literally gonna, they can call the cops, go to their school, tell you, oh, my mom. The teachers want to see your kid get removed. Because if y'all don't remember, the black lady who's the head of the teachers union, y'all forgot the speech she did at the teachers conference or whatever, where she was basically saying that the teachers got more control of, the teachers know what's better for the students than the parents do. Basically, oh, these are all of our children, and like they think that they have more entitlement to your kid than you do.
Yeah.
So let that sink in. These kids are looking to meet needs that aren't met. I don't buy into that, Hakeem. Some of these kids just get with the wrong crowd and want to run the streets and act wild, and their parents is like, I can't do shit. Because I've seen kids who were raised in great families, right? Well, no, all of them were raised by single mothers, but the mothers were doing good, trying hard. Man, I seen kids. There was one girl I know, well, she's a friend of mine. Her daughter went from the 9th grade, wanted to be a lawyer, right? 10th, she was running track, doing sports. She wanted to be a lawyer. 10th grade, she come to her mama, I'm quitting the track team. I said, don't let her quit that track team. Mama gonna say, well, I can't control what she do. Stupid shit, right? That's why these mothers, man, children need fathers, right? My daughter can't quit shit. You know, you quit when I tell you you could quit, right? My daughter don't want to do beach volleyball this year. I said, why? She gave me a good reason. All right, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But if she would have gave some dumb shit, she would have been right on that sand. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's so funny? And that used to be my dad. When my dad, like when I was young, my dad will always say, play sports. I played soccer. I played tennis in school. I played a lot of sports while I'm in school. And it actually was for the better, really helped me out. I would say, helped me out with discipline and stuff.
Yeah, and it gives you something to do other than worry about boys and crazy shit. That's gonna end up being just a bad situation. But like, so this girl tells her, so their daughter, I'm quitting the track team, right? Oh, not only this, let me tell you, this is the worst. This is why I be leery with the single moms. Her daughter wants to quit the track team. I say, don't let her quit that track team. I can't get track. Oh, she do, so she lets her quit the track team, right? Within 3 weeks of quitting the track team, guess what we find out? Somebody smoking weed. This person going to a school. Yeah. Now this person's going to school in like a predominantly like Asian area. So it's a really good high school. She suddenly wants to leave that school and go to a school in Long Beach now. She didn't been in that school district her whole life. You know what I'm saying? Her mom worked out there, so she was going to school out there. Now she wants to go to school in Long Beach, to one of the ghettoer schools in Long Beach. I told her, don't, please, God, don't send your kid to that school. It's actually the school where her mom worked at. I begged her, please, God, don't send your kid to this school. Please leave her where she at, Jesus. Nah, she could be close to me, and I keep eyeing her. That girl was pregnant within 3 months of going to that school. 3 months.
Oh my God.
3 months. Pregnant. Mama. Dear mama, right? Don't listen. Don't listen. No more lawyer. No more military or whatever she said. First it was, I want to be a lawyer. Then I want to go to the military to pay for my schooling so I can be a lawyer. Now it's sit around the house and drink all day. Now you complaining to me about how she's acting. I think she's having a nervous breakdown. Shit, you would too if your mama saw some shit and didn't tell you where it was and you stepped in it. But this is where we're at. Mama got to have a life too. Mama got to go out and bust it open so she can't watch you and make sure you're not busting it open. A lot of these women want to be their kid's friend instead of being their damn parent. And it's killing us. It's killing us. Literally. And that's what I believe the left tapped into. That's the energy that the left tapped into that got all these women out here talking about 4B movement and, oh, y'all, man, betrayed us by not voting for the black women. No, we betrayed them by choosing the side of honor and dignity as opposed to choosing the side of degeneracy and niggerdom. That's
Oh yeah,
that's how we betrayed
Brandon,
them.
did you hear about? Did you hear about? I'm not sure which state it was where they were still doing honor killings. It was in the Arab community. It was fairly recent. I was hoping maybe you could cover that. They still do
I-
honor killings in their community. I don't know,
That's
and we're still.
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. My life is sounding like an episode of Maury right now. Let me shout out to all my people who contributed in the Cash App. Thank you so much to my girl Michelle for she catching up on her tithes and offerings. I got you for the $10 holler in the Cash App. Shout out to my
I need to bring my
boy
tithe
G.
and offering next week.
Listen, I got you. No worries. Shout out to my boy G Money for the contribution in the Cash App for the $5 holla. I appreciate that. Hey guys, feel free to contribute to the stream. The more you guys contribute, the more I can do. Where should I go next? I'm gonna be like LA Try Guy. I'm trying to get to the coast. The coast really
But you
wasn't
need,
in my.
but you need 2 channels. You need 2 channels.
I'm gonna make 2 channels. I'm gonna keep all the
Yeah, one for
African
the
stuff on
politics
one.
stuff. Yeah, and then
Right,
one
right.
for the gossip stuff.
No,
Mhm.
I look at look. She want that gossip, boy. She want, but but listen.
Gossip.
Listen, the coast was not in my plans based on my budget. But if y'all want a trip to the coast, drop the Cash App. I'll be over there. I hop on that. I hop on that plane. I hop on that jumbo jet. Kick down to the stream. I hit the coast. We make because it's hot over there. It's a little rainy over here in Nairobi right now. But on the coast, it's hot. It's fun in the sun. So if y'all want some of that, let's do it. I'll get on a plane. I ain't doing shit like that. But feel free to contribute to the stream. Okay. Also, we got to talk about this, man. This dude, Tariq Nasheed, is trying to do a new Hidden Colors DVD. Like, Michelle, you're the resident Tariq Nasheed authority.
You're
Yeah,
This
he's
the
one of the
guy,
Hidden Colors.
Tariq
What's
lover.
wrong?
you said what?
What's wrong? He's not a bad looking man.
That's
your
fine.
man. That's your
But
man.
how do you feel about the pivot that this guy was like on the like politics stuff, never really would come out and formally endorse Trump. Obviously, he read the room. He knew a lot of his mindless followers would probably abandon him if he ever did that. But now the guy's back to making documentaries. How does anything he's doing now, his vision for the future, how is this helping the Black community? Like, what happened
It's
with the
helping his
reparations
pocket.
stuff?
It's not helping the
hurting
Black
his
community.
pocket.
He's helping his pockets. I mean, it is what
Right.
it is.
But he told us he was going to help the Black community. He was going to show us how to get reparations.
Reparations where?
That's what he said. I'm just going off of what he said.
Reparations where?
This is what he said, man.
Yeah, right. He's a scamming ass Negro. Please.
He said he was going to get us reparations. I'm going to show you how to get like, you don't hear anything from the reparations advocates anymore.
Yeah,
I saw somebody say,
Look.
now you ain't never going to hear nothing about reparations. Bro, we wasn't going to hear nothing about reparations under the Democrats.
Hey.
But you know what's crazy? No matter how much the Black community hurts, they will always find a way, right? They will always find a way to hurt these Black celebrities, the Black boule, including Tariq. They will always find a way to put money in their pocket with it. Like this guy milked y'all for 7 years on reparations, right, Michelle?
That was gone.
Oh, Michelle, he milked these people for 7 years over the reparations hustle. Now he's just gone. Okay, now I'm just going to pivot to this. This grift is no longer hidden. Neferkari Desaline, stay on talking BS. Nah, for real. Neferkari is crazy as hell. But the grifters they've pivoted. They've gone back to grifting. They were hating on Trump. You love white supremacy. You're a bootlicking. It don't matter. But don't you notice that how when Trump won, all the people who swear they didn't care started shaming people for voting for Trump?
Yeah.
People really did take a side, but they just lied about which side they was on because they didn't want to be identified as being wrong as two left shoes, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? Guess what? As soon as Harris lost, now all of a sudden, they're back to shame Black. But I thought you didn't care, but you care Hold on, none of the Harris campaign believe there was such a they didn't care. But now when it's all over and she loses, right? Now they coming out attacking the black man, attacking the black woman who supported Donald Trump, who supported common sense and decency. Right. But hold on, let me see. I want you. What we're gonna go to right now is how they all made money off of this. The celebrities and Tariq made a killing. He made a killing off of this situation. But I'm trying to get the Sky News, but it doesn't look like it has words. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna show you guys this, and I'm gonna have to just read it because, dude, look at what do you guys think about the Kamala Harris campaign raising $1 billion, but now being in debt $20 million? How do you raise $1 billion and now you're in debt $20 million? This is what I'm telling you guys. All you idiots who've donated to this lady's campaign so she could go get a bunch of celebrity endorsements. Let's read this. Okay, here we go. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign spending has been exposed following her failed bid for the White House. During Kamala Harris's campaign to become the first ever female president, she received resounding support from celebrities. Among them was Oprah Winfrey, who passionately supported the vice president and spoke at the Democrat National Convention. According to a report in the Washington Examiner, Winfrey's company was paid US $1 million by the Harris campaign in mid-October. Oprah Winfrey's payment came after Harris appeared in a star-studded town hall with a former talk show host in September. That's the one where Oprah could be heard visibly sighing at how stupid Kamala Harris was. You don't remember when she was doing the show and she sighed because Kamala was doing. Winfrey also appeared alongside the vice president. Winfrey also appeared alongside the vice president on the eve of the election after giving Harris a rare presidential endorsement. I'll tell you where Winfrey wasn't. Oprah wasn't at that damn Howard when Kamala's spokesperson came out and told them people, Kamala ain't coming out tonight. Fuck you very much. Elvis has left the building. According to the Washington Examiner's report, Harris also forked out 6 figures to appear on the Call Her Daddy podcast. So even to be on that white lady's podcast, that Call Her Daddy podcast, this lady forked out 6 figures to come on that. I thought the podcast was supposed to bring you so they could get views. That shows you how I bet you Trump didn't pay a penny to be on Joe Rogan. I bet you Trump did not pay a penny to be on Joe Rogan. A source familiar with the matter told the Washington Examiner that the Harris campaign spent 6 figures on building a set for Harris's appearance on the popular Call Her Daddy podcast with host Alex Cooper. So they had to build a set. The interview came out in October and was reportedly filmed in a hotel room in Washington, D.C. Man, I told everybody that whole campaign was nothing. That campaign was nothing but a stage production. It was like a damn reality show. The VP campaign also spent US $20 million in swing states on the eve of the election, according to the New York Post. This lady is horrible. This lady is She's diabolical. The sum could have risen even higher if a performance by Canadian-American singer Alanis Morissette had not been scrapped. Dude, look, she paid all these people. According to the Examiner's report, the Harris campaign had concerts in all 7 swing states on Monday. What? So she wasn't, but we already knew this. We already knew she wasn't doing any rallies. We knew she was doing nothing.
This woman is going out fucking sad, honestly.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, she's going out sad. And the sad part is, what if she would have actually got elected?
That's the sad
part.
It'd been worse than that. It'd been worse than that. This is going out sad.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's going out sad. Harris campaign had concerts in all 7 swing states on Monday. What?
Right.
And it was all worth it for nothing.
But remember, we were saying she couldn't get a damn people to show up.
Right.
She couldn't get people to show up. There they were: Bon Jovi in Detroit, Christina Aguilera in Las Vegas, Katy Perry in Pittsburgh. Katy Perry, yeah, okay. These are all the people I'm not listening to no more. Well, I don't listen to these motherfuckers, no way. Alanis Morissette, I'm glad she didn't do it, because then I wouldn't have been able to listen to her. And Lady Gaga in Philadelphia. Rapper 2 Chainz, he's off the list. Rapper 2 Chainz also performed at a campaign rally in Atlanta 3 days before the election. What is wrong with this woman? According to Forbes, Harris campaign raised nearly $1 billion compared to Trump's at just under $400 million. Despite the massive war chest, Harris failed to win the election, with Trump being elected the 47th president of the United States. Sky News host Rita Panahi slammed the Democrats after they squandered their massive campaign contributions. So are they going to, let me see. Hold on, guys. Let me make this. I don't know why this shit's saying custom, but whatever.
If Trump had that sort of money, and think about this, and this is something that's not been talked about enough. Kamala Harris had a war chest of $1 billion. She outspent Trump 3-1, if not more. If Trump had that sort of money, it would have been a red wave that would have covered the entire country, including California. That is the fact that you could squander that sort of an advantage, all the good publicity you're getting from the media whilst Trump's just being slammed day after day, and still losing a landslide.
But it's also, James, I'll come to you in a second.
Can I jump in on that there?
Sure, go ahead.
We've just had some revelations about who that money has gone to. Yeah. I've seen one list of filings. Apparently, Harpo Productions, which is Oprah Winfrey, got $1 million. Yes. $1 million. There are campaign consultants who got paid hundreds of millions of dollars. They spent $100,000 to recreate the set of Call Me Daddy for that podcast she went on to do it in a hotel room. These people were not serious about looking after their money. You can only imagine what they do with the U.S. budget. But I mean, you can only imagine the number of campaign consultants who now have like yachts and weekend houses thanks to this campaign.
But I'd pick up, absolutely, but I'd pick up on the point, yes, of course, money is so important and all these other things, the media and so on in politics. But people kept asking me, even only a couple of weeks ago, why are you so certain that Donald Trump is going to win this election, let alone in a landslide? And my answer was always the same, because I trust the good intelligence and decency of the American people, as I do the Australian people, and that good will always triumph over evil. And I'm sorry, it sounds hyperbolic. Maybe I give myself a hyperbole award, but this is a pivotal moment in Western civilization where the goodness of Western civilization has triumphed over the evil that has been festering and growing up underneath it. And this is an absolutely critical line in the sand. We're now saying that this must stop. And it's critical for politicians, particularly like the coalition, to understand why Donald Trump won. And it wasn't about money and it wasn't about polling figures. It was about the truth and authenticity.
And it was about standing for something and showing courage.
Values.
And that's what I'm going to be talking about after the break, about the personal price he was willing to pay to run again. But you talk about this changing things for the West, because there is a civilizational war. There are anti-West forces at work
within
in the West and outside of the West. And this is a really bright period that's going to come, not just for the US, but
golden age.
And guys, a lot of people, and I'm going to say a lot of black people, a lot of black people think everything is a game. I compare black society to the movie Friday. Remember when Smokey said that Big Worm had pulled up asking about his money? And he said, man, he was just playing. And then Ice Cube looked at him and said, who you know play like that? He said, you said he had a gun with him, didn't he? He said, yeah. He said, well, who you know play like that, right? And Smokey is like, damn, you know, he sits and thinks. The white people get it. They understand. This ain't no little tap on the shoulder that these woke leftists are giving you. These people are literally trying to tear down this society and rebuild this society according to how they feel at the moment. They're trying to tear down this society, basically enslave everyone in America to their emotions. And people are still acting like, oh, it's a joke. Black people, oh, I don't see how nobody could have voted for Trump. Yeah, probably because you're a lesbian. And I'm not putting a war on gay people. There's a lot of gay people who make a lot of sense. There's one white gay dude on Instagram. Bro be dropping jewels about the politics and about Trump. But what I'm telling you is this shit ain't a joke. There's anti-American forces. These Australian newscasters can even see it. There are enemies within America and outside of America. And they don't care, right? They don't care, right? As long as they feel like someone is acknowledging how they feel. If you are abused in the name of their hysteria or their hyper emotion, you know, they feel venerated. They don't care if what you're being violated, your constitutional rights and your human rights and all that. They just care. They need the government to step in to stop you from saying the truth about what's going on with them in the world. That's what's going on. And everyone can see it but us. 75% of our people voted for Kamala Harris. And 75% of our people can't even tell you a single damn policy this woman was even talking about implementing. That was going to be
And also 90% of women also voted for Kamala. It's even more higher in the black community. It's like closer to 90 or 80%, honestly. I gotta be real. We're still
it was
in
so
that
that's
plantation.
to me, those numbers are absolutely disgusting to me.
Yep. I told
Those
you
numbers
we're not
are
changed.
No, what you say that again?
I said we're not changed. We're never gonna change. That's the reason why I'm saying there's no point in even trying to save us, because it's like there's no point. Your only hope is to work with black people of different communities who want to get their shit together, who want to build. That's it. I feel like those numbers, those polls that I just saw right there is scary. But it is also concerning. We still have not got it this time around. We have not. But we will be the same people complaining about the problems that we do that are actually self-inflicted in our communities, that we do ourselves. So this is why I keep on telling you, our people are doomed. There's no fixing. I keep on saying it, but people don't believe me. But it's going to come to a point where you're going to get fed up and tired of these Negroes, and you're going to realize I've been right all along. Those numbers and those polls were very concerning, and you should be 100% concerned. Our people are not changed. I'm telling you. You should be concerned.
Man, it's so terrible. You got listen. black folks acting like we don't care, it don't matter. You know, the little weirdos are coming out, oh, how you gonna vote for Trump? But this is not a moment, you know, in our history where we just sit back and say, oh, well, all's well that ends well. Are we as black people not tired of having to be saved by everybody else? Because we like to entertain ourselves with the idea that we could run a society better and bro, our society would be overrun with woke ideology. We'd be putting people in concentration camps in 6 months.
Right.
Because the Negro acts like he don't care about nothing. Nothing. Like nothing's gonna affect him. We were okay with it. This lady was like, I'm good. Kamala looked you right in the eye and was like, I'm going to encourage your women to abort your unborn children by the millions more. They're already doing it by the millions, but I'm going to basically give them even more incentive to abort your unborn children. And black men came on this channel and was like, man, I supported Kamala, but this ain't got nothing to do with that. They literally found a way to separate that in their brain.
And that's the reason why I keep on saying this. Black men that always complain about black women all the time, most of this is self-inflicted. You allow this. You get what you allow. You support women disrespecting you, aborting their babies, doing stupid stuff like that. You support that. Well, this is what you get. If you saying that our women are out of control and they're unruly, well, this is what you get because you support this type of behavior. It's not all women are bad. I just feel like the biggest problem is we support a fraction of women who do degenerate behavior. We do not support those who are doing the right thing. And when you continue supporting degenerate behavior and keep on putting all energy in degenerate behavior, these are the results you're always going to get. So this is why when black men sometimes complain, I'd be like, well, look at what you're doing. Look at what you're voting for. Look at what you're supporting. This is what you're allowing. So
Because
you're just going to get what you get.
A lot of black men, they love they love certain aspects of it. Because if a woman is out of control, living in chaos and on self-destruction, she'll do shit like what the girl I was just talking about would do. The guy who she left in the other dude car to go visit, he loved it. He was beating that shit up all night. You know what I'm saying? Getting it cracking, right? He ain't got no car. He ain't got shit to offer her, but he's still getting what she has to offer. He loves it. The guy who's working hard every day, whose car she took, he's suffering, right? So there's some guys benefit, they feel they benefited, but eventually that guy who is with her, getting her to leave the house to come, and she's leaving her guy to go hang with him, eventually he will be in the same position. I had a homie tell me, he said, man, I used to be the side dude. He said, now I got a girl, I'm really in love with her, and she running around cheating on me. He's like, I understand. He's like, I feel, he's like, it's a crazy feeling. So some men benefit from it, but until they want to settle down, until they get that girl who wild and promiscuous, and they're like, dang, I done fell in love with her, and she out there trying to do everything. We just got to go back, right? You know, we just got to go back. We got to kind of do like a reset. And the sad part, the part I hate the most, it seems like all the other communities are understanding that, and they're seeing, you know, it's time for a reset. We got to get back, right? We got to get back to where, you know, we got to get back to where we were before. Even some white Democrats see that. But
yeah,
man,
and also I have spoken with a lot of people of other communities, and I'm starting to see that they're going back to the right path. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're keeping their families intact. The women, you want to know what's so surprising? Of those women of other races, they voted for Trump in higher numbers. Actually, they're supporting their men, while the black women, you talking about 4B movement, and you trying to separate from your black man. Well, them other races of women, they're with their man. You out here talking about 4B fucking movement and want to separate from your man. And I wonder why your dumb ass is single, and you wonder why your children ain't got no damn daddy in the fucking home, and you wonder why you all fucked up in America. So keep it up, black women. Keep it up and see where it lands you. While the other groups of women, they're getting their shit intact. That's what I'm coming across. That's what I'm coming across.
It's so bad. It's so bad, man. It's literally, you know, man, it's like I just told you the situation with the old girl, man. It's like,
yeah,
you can't let, like, those people exist in every community, but only this community is a community that actually caters to those people. right? This is the community where if you say the honest truth about those people, guess what? Now you're wrong. You're a misogynist. You hate your mama. I hate my mama because I ain't going to let some girl fuck me over and use me. That's what they want. They're like, lay down and let me stomp you in the balls. That's what they want.
Yeah, you're right. Like and I'll be honest with you, every other community around the world have degenerates.
After a group of
They
Go
do.
ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, every other community have degenerates. They do all around the world. But the difference is those other communities hold their degenerate element accountable. They don't let them fester or teach any type of stupidity towards the good element. They don't allow that. They hold theirs accountable. Ours, we celebrate that shit. And then we wonder why. Why is it spreading? Why are we having problems within our community? Why we can't fix anything within our community? Is because we allow the degenerate element instead of nipping it in the butt. But go ahead.
And people, you know, there's a video going around. I don't know the name of the video, but there's a little boy. He's in a classroom, right? And he's, talking about Donald Trump, a black boy, and it's like some black female. They like in middle school or high school, look like ninth graders or something. And the black females in the classroom is going off on, bro. Trump this, he don't even like you. He's a racist. Da, da, da. And the young boys just standing on business, dude. The young boys just standing on business about that situation. Like, no, he's knowledgeable.
After a group of pro-Trump
students.
students.
But guess what? I'm gonna show you this right here. I'm gonna take this from Greg Foreman. Shout out to my boy. You go to Beverly Hills High School. They celebrating Trump's victory. Ain't nobody shaming him and putting him down. The little black boy talking about Trump, just telling the truth. All the black girls in the classroom like attacking, bro. You don't hear the teacher saying, you guys, he's right, even if you don't like it, this or that. Teacher sitting right there joining in on them, ganging up on bro. Our community hates the truth. We hate it. We hate it. And how can you raise a family in a community like that?
Students celebrated on campus. This TikTok video.
Community. That's why it's best to go to another community. If you want to marry black, you might as well go find a black person from Africa or the Caribbean and marry. I'm tired of this stupid ass bullshit, honestly.
Man.
Showing the group of mostly boys with Trump flags and MAGA hats. School leaders say they kept an eye on things and stepped in when things got out of hand. School leaders say they are now restricting students from gathering in order to keep all students safe. They say students can still express themselves in an orderly manner.
Wait, one person at a time. He's taking away women's health care. What do you have to say about that? I said besides that. What do you mean besides that? There is no besides. Besides that, what else? What else? I know that's the only thing y'all worried about. Yo, get abortions, don't have sex. Next question.
He said, this young dude, that's the only thing y'all worry about, getting abortions, don't have sex. And the girls are totally wrong. He's taking away women's health care. So he's taking away the ability for you to get your vagina checked. He's taking away your ability for you to get your heart, your kidneys, your lungs checked. This is lies. It's just wording. It's suggestive. It's straight lies, but it's things being worded in a way to encompass a bunch of stuff that it has nothing to do with. And bro stood on it like, nah, y'all lying. That's all. He don't even want to talk about it because it's not nothing worth talking about. But listen to this dude.
If a transgender man says that they are a man, they should be respected. And they should be able to have that health care.
No, I'm talking about, I said besides, we talked about the abortion already. Can we talk about anything else that y'all don't agree with?
Immigrants.
On the Project 25.
Immigrants.
Keep them immigrants don't need to be over here. We need our money and jobs.
All right, guys. So one of the things I said I would be very, very, very proud of following the 2024 election in which Trump wins is if young men get into it.
I don't even like you.
But listen, even on the lower level, this girl like immigrants, he like shit. What the hell do immigrants have to do with you? They're literally just indoctrinated to throw shit out that they don't even care about. So that little boy hits you on Instagram like, come over here, my mama ain't home. You gonna not go over there and bust it open and get pregnant at 15 because an immigrant needs a job in America? No, you don't give a damn about that. You've been listening to the other women around you talking about stupidity. Now you're regurgitating stupidity.
Right is he taking away from women? He don't like your race. He was spit on you. What right is he taking away from women? He don't like y'all. He don't like none of us.
He doesn't like your race. He'll spit on you. He doesn't like y'all. He doesn't like none of us. Girl, what the hell are you talking about? How do you know what Trump likes and dislikes? Girl, you don't even like most of the girls in your own school, but you know what Trump likes and dislikes.
He don't even like his own race. What right is he taking away from him?
He doesn't even like his own race. Go ahead, Nev. What do you think about this stupidity?
These females sound dumb as hell. But honestly, this is the type of stupidity I come across every fucking day. Like, so it's like it's no surprising. This right here, not surprised.
Man, it's ignorance at its core.
Right.
And look who's spewing the most ignorance. That's the thing that's killing me.
Y'all still
Wait, I gotta wait. Pause that. Pause. The girl that's talking about, he don't even like you. Is she even black? I wonder.
She's black, but like he don't like you. This girl is crazy.
Man.
Y'all brought up education once I asked that question. Because y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all just go on Twitter, look at what they say, and just run with it.
You go on Twitter. I watched the debate. I heard everything.
Y'all thought he was taking away abortion. He can't even do that.
Facts. Trump, as
Low boy
president,
smart.
Can't take away abortions, right? They're not going to ban abortions, but this is what they talk about. Okay, they talk about so-called women's health care and how Trump is taking away women's health.
He also said publicly he's not going to do no Project 25.
He's a liar. Do you believe him? He said,
y'all only want Kamala Harris.
Your body, my choice. That's what he.
Why do you need an abortion? Why do you care about abortion? You're in high school.
It doesn't matter.
You're in high school.
Women get pregnant. Women our ages get pregnant.
Is you getting pregnant? Did you get pregnant? Did you get pregnant once?
I shouldn't have to fear that.
Are you even a
Where the pregnant pauses?
You heard about the wrong things, yo. Abortion is never one of y'all lists. We got wars. People trying to have war with us.
Wait, Brandon, pauses.
Go ahead, bro. The bitch crying now. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to call it. The number one tactic. Listen. You're supposed to be worried about getting an education, not who you gonna fuck raw and get pregnant by and run and go try to get an abortion. That's what I'm telling you. Our priorities, listen, these young girls' priorities are all fucked up.
Off the chain.
I'd be damned if my daughter's sitting up in class talking about getting an abortion. Girl, who you screwing to where you need an abortion?
Man, I'm weak. Women getting pregnant. Man, you should be focusing on them books. You should be learning how to read. You should be learning how to write. You should be learning how to do math. You should be learning how to do science. You should be learning how to get a fucking education and get the fuck out of school and get a fucking career. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, because you could tell that all they planning on doing, and this is in Chicago too, all they planning on doing is going out being another statistic, another unwed mother, another teenage pregnancy. So they got to see, you have to create an environment for this type of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
And that's what the left does. If they could keep the black community focused on whether they can have unprotected sex and quote unquote get away with it, they got us. Because that's what, and this girl crying, girl, shut your ass up. Using a condom is that hard? Or saying no is that hard?
Y'all worried about abortion.
And I would say this, and I would say this as well. Like, I would say this as well. These girls, they need to stop sleeping around at a young age. You should be focusing on your education. You should be focusing on when you grow up, you get married. How do we start teaching marriage to these young girls? When they become grown women, they get a husband. Stop sleeping around and wait until you get married. The right man comes, he marries you. End of story. Start doing that shit.
Man, listen.
Start doing that. Start creating stable families.
I would have said that. I would have said, well, if you just wait to have sex, you get married or go get birth control, you don't need to worry about abortion.
All right.
matter if he was.
Wow. Wow. I love this young man. I really do. I love this.
Teacher. What's wrong with origins of the story? Yeah, let's focus on that. People don't want to talk about how Trump is a good president. What's wrong with voting for Trump?
We could, well, just listen, that we could still be friends after the election. I said, no, we can't.
You stop being friends with us because they voted for Trump? Teacher.
Wow.
Do y'all hear the teacher in the fucking classroom saying he stopped being friends with people who voted for Trump after the
The
election?
teacher is a dumbass.
The teacher. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you guys, man, these people are the worst society has to offer. You unfriended people because they didn't vote for the person you voted for.
Right.
And this is my thing. I could understand if the person you voted for was good. You voted for somebody who had no policies.
Right.
Man,
I'm so sick and tired of people thinking like Trump is so extreme. He's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna strip your rights away. He's not gonna do none of that. Okay, like calm the fuck down. All right. And it's not like and like I said, the president, like we all know, in the Constitution, the president, he's the executive, right? Executive. He only has certain amount of power to do things. Okay, we all live in different states. Some might impact us, some might not impact us at all. So it's like, what are you even worried about? You just dragging yourself. You know what I'm saying, Brandon?
that man, I feel you. 100%.
Right. Hey, you worry yourself for nothing. It's not even gonna fucking impact you in no fucking way. So it's like, why do you care?
Man, look at the fucking teacher. I unfriended people. Man, they should have reported his ass. You unfriended people because they voted a different way from you, but then be the main motherfucker, but be the main person up in class standing up there talking about we need to be tolerant and accepting and all that. These people lie.
You wanna know how many people voted for Kamala in my family? But I still talk to them. My friends, I still talk to them, but they vote different from me.
I want to talk to them so I could gloat.
Right. So it's like, what's wrong with people voting for what they want? Like, we should respect each other no matter the difference of our opinion or no matter the difference of our perspectives or views, what we believe in. If it's all different, that's fine. But as long as we could come together and unify, that's okay. What happened to Democrats preaching unity? Now you no more unity? No more unity, I guess.
Well, this is what I'm telling you. On the upper echelon, like in the higher levels, like even in the media and stuff, they're now like, we need to get back to like the basics and the fundamentals. But in the black communities, they're basically telling us we got to fight a 4-year war amongst ourselves now because Kamala Harris lost. And I refuse to participate in that. And that's why I keep telling people, that's why this show is called What Happens Next. We're not fighting a fucking 4-year war for these people. And it's like our women are like right on board with it. Like, yeah, I'm ready to go to war with the black man for the next 4 years because Trump got reelected. No, we're not doing that.
And now they talking about 4B movement. 4B movement.
Bye. Shit. Don't nobody need your little stanky box.
Black conservatives are everywhere.
I'm telling you, who gives a damn? I couldn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna get off the host roll, so that's a lie right there.
Well, we will see. Let them do that 4B movement. I want to see the results. They telling me, and I even got one of my ex-friends that I used to be hanging out with. We no longer friends any damn way, so fuck her ass. But she told me, she following the 4B movement. She brainwashed than a motherfucker. I'm like, go right ahead. Let's see how it works for you. Even though I know her ass be sleeping around and fucking around, but it's all right. Go ahead.
Let them tell it. Hey, hey, look, let them tell it. They already on the 4B movement. You know what I'm saying? Because they tell you they ain't got no bodies, but hey, hitting 3 different dudes in a day.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
We all know. We all know.
We all know they sneaking around. You know. But this whole situation is dumb. Like
stupid, very stupid. Man.
Literally just mind-boggling to me. So now we got to fight a 4-year war in our community because Kamala Harris didn't win. Kamala Harris is in hiding right now, and you trying to get at black men for not voting for her.
Ooh, I know one
This
thing.
lady totally disrespected, right?
Yeah.
This lady totally disrespected all of her followers. When the night she was losing came out, you're not going to hear from the president tonight. Bye, y'all. She disrespected every woman following her. And black women are like, why didn't you vote for her? Like, they should be coming to us like, man, you guys were right for not voting for this lady. They should literally be like, you guys are right for not voting for this lady because she's horrible. She disrespected us. They showed up to Howard. They was out there cheering her on, and she didn't even have the decency, right? Didn't even have the decency. You breaking up.
Oh, I said, what happened to her faking until she make it?
Look at how much media time was wasted.
I want to show you this.
On questions like this.
Look, I want to show you this. So now, black women doubling down on Kamala. Kamala has no chance of ever getting elected, ever. Black women dig their heels in on her behalf. We're gonna go and fuck up our community. Even the mainstream media who supported her for her whole campaign gave her 78% positive coverage. They're now turning on her. Check this out.
Look at how much media time was wasted on questions like this.
I don't have to tell them that. But these are great people. These are people that believe in no violence. Unlike your question, you believe in violence.
A little tangling with the journalist who asked that. Most of the media told us, we touched on this earlier, that Kamala Harris was running.
I love that. I love that answer from Trump. I don't have to tell my people not to be violent.
Right.
You know who needs to be told to be violent? All the liberals in California who destroyed LA after the Dodgers won the fucking World Series. You don't see that shit happening in conservative areas of America.
Right.
They're the ones who want to do violence. If black women could beat up black men, they would have beat all our ass tonight after the day after the election. But we know who's doing the violence, Antifa and all the Black Lives Matter and all these people. You don't have to tell. Shit, you know what we did? We went on vacation, dog. You know what I'm saying? I got on a plane, homie.
You in Kenya.
Right. I'm in Kenya, and y'all niggas is over here mad. You need to vote for Kamala.
Talking about, we doing the 4B movement. And we tired of y'all. Like, girl, get the hell out of here. Got one of my girls talking about 4B movement. Please, I just can't believe the stupidity. When I heard that shit, I was baffled. I'm like, huh?
I thought that was like some hair shit, like you got grade 4B hair or something.
Earlier, the Kamala Harris was running a fantastic, celebrity-packed, joy-filled campaign. Every time she'd appear with Oprah or Beyonce, it was, it made news. And as soon as she lost, it was like, oh, she was too cautious and she wasn't authentic and she didn't separate from Biden. So it sounds like the press knew this and was covering for her.
Yes, I think they were pretending while she was running because they were in favor of her. And there were things that they should have been critical about but weren't. And in fact, some of those critical things, if they had talked about them, might have helped her adjust in real time and do more interviews, local, national, what have you, to get your feet under you and get better at this kind of thing. But the truth is, and James Carville, who I know is very upset, also had a correct observation, which is that on The View, where Sunny Hostin, an absolute Kamala ally, asked her a very simple question: what would you do differently?
And that turned out to be,
it is the question you exist to answer, is what James Carville said. And he's right, and she couldn't answer it. That's not a flawless candidate.
I can't think of a single thing. And obviously it wasn't from one of her media adversaries.
No.
Why do you think, Megan, that the press is now doing a 180 on Kamala Harris?
I mean, I think they have to, right? Like, they were wrong in a lot of spots, but I also think that they're not necessarily doing a 180. I think that they're trying to say to the electorate, they're trying to make excuses too. Just, this is what happens when people lose. Everyone tries to blame everyone. But I think that they're looking upon themselves too. But the celebrity game is great for media and it builds momentum in the media, but that's not what's reaching people. And so the media is different than voters. And I think campaigns get confused sometimes on who their audience is.
Also, I said from the first day of this campaign that Tim Walz was not a good pick. He wasn't going to bring anything to the campaign. And I think a lot of people agree with that as opposed to picking the governor of Pennsylvania. Let's take a look at Lindy Lee. She has been a surrogate for the Harris campaign. And here's what she had to say the other day.
I actually think President Biden, the whole endorsing her 30 minutes after he dropped out, I think that was a big FU to the party. You don't want me, here's somebody that you may not like, but deal with it.
And this reminds me of when the press said that Joe Biden, who's still the nominee, he's sharp, he's competent, all this stuff about he's confused is just GOP propaganda. Again, covering for a president, as perhaps they cover for Kamala Harris, who we all can see is in some mental decline.
Yeah, like they had a chance to do this earlier. And I think the party and the press and Biden and Kamala Harris all worked together to put her actually in a very bad position, but it was a bad position of their own making. And it was because this problem was ignored when, by the way, Dean Phillips, who ran starting in late 2023 in a primary against Joe Biden, deserves a lot of apologies from the party and press because he was onto something. He was correct. And I think it would have made their path much, much better if they had had that democratic process. They decided not to. And by July, it was too late to create what they needed to create.
Right, because you ended up with a 107-day campaign, and Congressman Dean Phillips was the only one to say, look, Biden's been a great president, but you have to say if you're a Democrat, but he's clearly declining. And the press largely ignored him because he's taken on an incumbent president going nowhere. Megan, there's a common thread here, and I'm just going to be blunt. The press was apparently, this is a common thread here, protecting these two Democrats until it didn't matter anymore. And now we're like, many of our members are beating them up.
Sure, I think that's natural, right? That's what they're going to say.
Because that's what happens after losing campaign. I've never seen it this intense.
Like the campaigns going at each other? Or, I'm sorry, the Biden team going at the Harris
either
team?
one.
I mean,
either one.
I think that's natural. I think that there were people brought in.
But yeah, ultimately they're saying the same thing we're saying. This lady is pretty unremarkable. She's not that amazing. We were forced to accept this idea that she was a great candidate, but a lot of us did. Over 75% of black voters accepted the stupidity, but 25% of us said, no, she's not passing the eye test. She's not, she's not answering the interview questions properly. She's not a good candidate. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Nobody should be shamed for saying that. It is what it is at this point. But pretty much, guys, I'm about to try to get my day started out here. I got some things to do. It's actually Monday morning here. I got a lot of things to do. You wouldn't even know. Thank all of you guys for watching me and joining me. We are in Kenya. Like I said, you guys want to see some more stuff. You guys want to see me on the coast where it's fun in the sun. Hey, feel free to hit the Cash App. I don't mind getting on that jumbo jet, going out there. Let's do our thing. Don't hesitate to go and watch some of the other videos, but I was letting all this breathe. I think it was the right thing to do. Just, bask in the victory for a little while, and then, take a little break, come out to my favorite place, since I'm not a Pan-African, and, just relax and unwind. This is my place of peace, my bat cave. I got my own apartment over here, and, I just come chill out on the rooftop, relaxing. And some people from the YouTube channel came through. You know what I'm saying? They came through and hopped. They're with me right now. So we out here just making movies. You know what I'm saying? Literally and figuratively. And I told you guys I wanted to do the men's trip in November, but a lot of dudes didn't. They didn't. Some dudes got on, but they were like contacting me, but they didn't stay connected. But I want to just set this up to do an annual one. Every year, all the bros, and then the women, y'all could come too. We do that too. We'll do a men's trip, women's trip, and a co-ed. That's a goal of mine for the future. Bringing all the homies out here, having a ball. Yeah, listen, black celebrities, they moved against us. Black celebrities moved against us, and that cannot be forgotten. The black boule elite moved against us, and that cannot be forgotten. Thank you all for watching this. I appreciate every single thing you do for me and this channel. Till the next time, peace.
Peace.